Hello again, it's Ken Utley of SIMS. During this video segment, we are going to be discussing the nightly off-premise backup that is available for all SIMS customers currently under software maintenance. Let's take some time now to understand this capability for all its versatility and functionality. Customers under software maintenance may now use a program called SIMS Xfer that, when installed on a Windows 98, Windows 2000, or Windows XP workstation, will create an encrypted nightly off-site backup using the Internet as the mode of transfer. It does not matter where your company is located, you are eligible for this exclusive SIMS service. As part of the new SIMS disaster recovery site in Texas, we have installed high-speed FTP servers that allow transfer of your customer data to our facility on a daily basis. No more worry about whether your backups are being done or whether they are effective. This SIMS backup should not be done in lieu of your on-site backups, but in addition. Many central stations do not adhere to the requirement of off-site backups and on occasion pay a very high price. Each night, SIMS Xfer will transfer your database using a day-of-the-month identification, which allows SIMS to keep 1 month of backups for each customer. In addition, SIMS Xfer will transfer the previous week's history each Sunday. If you are using the SIMS 2 Form Writer product, we suggest that you use the computer that the Form Writer is located on, so SIMS Xfer will also back up important Form Writer files. Your data is secure and the password protected, so that if you want to keep it private, even from SIMS Disaster Center personnel, you may choose your own password. However, if you choose your own password, SIMS personnel will have no ability to assist you in unlocking your data, no matter what the circumstance. Let's take a minute now and review the installation procedure for the SIMS Xfer program. As you can see on your screen, I have already downloaded the SIMS Xfer program and started by executing it. It has installed into this Windows computer, and I've created under the Start Programs folder the icons necessary to go back and re-access the program at any time. This is a Windows XP computer we are installing it on, and it is different than Windows 98, although what you see on your screen is pretty much the same. At this first point, we must identify where the SIMS automation software is located. In this particular case, I'm on the local drive in the C SIMS-II directory. At this point in time, I'll put that identification in there, hit the Enter key, and it is now detected that this is a SIMS 2 software product. If it were SIMS 1, it would identify that it's a SIMS 1, or in the case of the CSM, Central Station Manager, it would go find out that the CSM has been installed and you're pointing to that directory. It's asking you if it's correct. If you answer yes, it will continue on. At this point in time, we are going to put in our encryption password. If you hit the Enter key, it will use the default password that will allow SIMS personnel to access and help you with this data should disaster occur or should you need to get some sort of a file retrieval out of this database. If you put in your own encryption password, SIMS personnel will not have the ability to assist you in any way. Passwords are case level sensitive. I'm going to just hit the Enter key and use the default. In this case, it's identifying our customer number, the type of software, where it's located at. It's the FTP password is automatically configured, and we have set the encryption password to the default. It's going to happen and schedule itself at 32 minutes after the hour each morning. Now, when I answer yes here, it's going to enter in a schedule into the program at that time. In order to check this out, I'm going to bring up the scheduled tasks that are currently available on this computer. This particular one is accessed through the Start, Programs, Accessories, System Tools, and Scheduled Tasks. Now, there are a couple important things that are worth noting here. on XP in Windows 2000, we can automatically load this scheduled task. In Windows 98, I would actually have to create this manually. What I want to tell you right now is, though, on an NT environment, this isn't enough if you're on a Novell network. If you're on a Novell network, your computer must have a password already. You must go to the Advanced and then the AT account, and then go to the place here where you must then select this account and put in the new password and put it in twice. This is the Windows 2000 or Windows XP password. It may be the same as your Novell login password, but some password is required. If you do not put this password in, then this scheduled task will not run. It cannot run under the system account because it will not have access over to the network. Now, I'm going to tell you from this point, if you come down and right-click on there, you can run this function at this point. Now, if it does not run, it's going to come back over here and tell you it's could not start. In this case, it's running in the background, it's contacting the FTP server and going through the whole backup sequence. If I was on Windows 98 and I had to actually create a task, I would have come here and I would have not have seen this AT1. Now note, for those of you who'd like to, you can rename this AT1 to SIMS XFIR. So that it makes a little bit more sense for you there. Now, if you were on the Windows 98, you would have had to double click on the Add task there. You would have had to go through the setup for actually setting this task up, which would include choosing the times and so forth like that. On this particular circumstance, by the way, on each one of these, you can actually go ahead and change the time if you want. We would like you to maintain the default time because it will then spread these tasks out among all the different things that are necessary. Now, again, as we were going to work this schedule task wizard, if we were under Windows 98, I would have to go to Browse now. I'm going to pull this up where we can see it here. I'd have to go into my SIMS XFIR directory. I've got to choose my SIMS XFIR batch file. Then I'm going to set it up for daily. I can pick the time that I want it to actually go off. And again, I'd like to see everybody choose the time that's suggested. So now this task is going to start every day. Because I'm on XP for this demonstration, it's going to ask me for a password. It would not ask that if you were on Windows 98. So I'm just going to cancel out of this right now. I'm going to close this window out here. At this point in time, you should be ready. Again, if you want to check to see if you can run this, you just go and right-click on Run, and it'll go on and get started on there. Now, we're going to go ahead and close this off. This should get you going, should get you started on those nightly backups. You need not call the SIMS offices unless you have some trouble with this. We hope this video has been informative for you, and let's get those backups rolling.